Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English with Claire. I am so incredibly happy to have you here today. If you are tuning in for the first time, welcome to our family. I'm Claire, and this is a space where we don't just study English, we live it. We talk about real life, real mistakes, and real stories. And as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host and good friend, Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Claire, and hello to all our listeners. I have to say, Claire, you're looking very energetic today. Did you have a particularly relaxing weekend, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, I'm always happy to see you, Daniel. But relaxing is definitely not the word I would use to describe my weekend. I am actually suffering from what I've decided to call the weekend disaster.
Oh no. Here we go. Every time Claire has a plan, something goes wrong. Tell us everything. What happened?
Okay, so listeners, you know how we talk about plans. In English, plans are just the things we decide to do in our free time. My plans were perfect. I had a list. I was going to be the most productive person on earth. I was going to clean the house, go for a 5-mile run, and finally finish that 1,000-piece puzzle I started in 2022.
A puzzle from 2022. Claire, I think you need to let that go. But okay, you had big plans. What was the first thing that went wrong?
Saturday morning, I wanted to wake up at 7 a.m. I wanted to see the sunrise, but I forgot to set my alarm. Daniel, I didn't wake up until 11:30 a.m. I totally overslept.
11:30? That's amazing. For our listeners, let's look at that word, oversleep. It's a verb we use when we sleep longer than we intended to. It's usually an accident. You wake up, you look at the clock, and you feel that oh no feeling in your stomach.
Exactly. I felt so much panic. I jumped out of bed and I was so confused. I felt like I had lost half of my life. But Daniel, you're different. You don't feel guilty when you sleep late, do you?
Not at all, because I don't oversleep. I sleep in.
See, this is a very important difference for everyone learning English. Daniel, explain the difference between oversleeping and sleeping in.
Well, oversleeping is an accident that makes you stressed, but sleeping in is a choice. It is a luxury. It's when you say, tomorrow is Saturday, and I am going to stay in bed until my body feels like waking up. No alarm, no stress, just pure comfort.
I wish I had your mindset. When I sleep late, I feel like a couch potato.
Ah, the famous couch potato. Listeners, imagine a potato sitting on a sofa. It doesn't move, it doesn't do work, it just sits there. That is a couch potato. It's a funny, slightly mean way to describe someone who is being lazy. But honestly, Claire, what is wrong with being a couch potato for one morning?
Nothing is wrong with it, but I had a list of chores.
Chores. The most boring word in the English language.
It really is. Chores are those small, repetitive jobs we have to do at home. Washing dishes, folding clothes, vacuuming. Because I woke up at 11:30, I tried to do all my chores in 1 hour. I was rushing, sweating, and completely in over my head.
In over your head. Listeners, this is such a great idiom. Think about being in the ocean. If the water is higher than your head, you can't touch the ground, right? You're in trouble. So if a situation is too difficult or you have too much to do, you are in over your head.
That was me. I was trying to vacuum the rug and carry a bowl of pasta at the same time. Don't ask me why. I tripped over the cord and the pasta went everywhere. Red sauce on a white rug, Daniel.
No way. Red sauce on a white rug? That's not a weekend. That's a crime scene. Did you cry?
I almost did. I just sat on the floor, looked at the mess, and realized my perfect weekend was finished. I looked like a sad potato.
A sad potato. First a couch potato, now a sad potato. But you know, Claire, this is why I don't make lists. If you don't have a plan, nothing can go wrong.
That's your secret, isn't it? Listeners, what about you? Are you like me? Do you make big plans and then feel stressed when you oversleep? Or are you like Daniel? Do you love to sleep in and be a couch potato? Tell us in the comments. We want to know, what was your biggest weekend disaster?
Yes, tell us. Did you spill pasta? Did you miss a flight? We read all your comments, and they are a great way for you to practice using these new words.
They really are. Now, Daniel, before we move on to the next part of our weekend talk, I want to ask you, when you have a disaster like my pasta rug situation, how do you fix your mood?
Oh, that's easy. I stop doing chores, I leave the house, and I go out.
That is exactly what I did. I called my sister and told her, the rug is red now, let's go find some coffee.
That is the perfect transition. Let's talk about the difference between staying in and going out.
You know, Daniel, before we talk about going out, I want to stay on the topic of chores for a moment. Because for a lot of English learners, they hear this word and they think it only means cleaning. But it's more than that, isn't it?
Right. Chores are really any life maintenance. Paying bills can be a chore. Going to the grocery store can be a chore. Basically, anything that isn't fun but must be done to keep your life moving.
Exactly. And on the weekend, we have this pressure to finish all our chores. We call it catch-up Saturday.
Catch up. That's a great phrasal verb, to catch up on something.
Yes. For example, I need to catch up on my laundry, or I need to catch up on my sleep. It means you are behind and you need to do more to get to the right level.
I think the problem is that we try to catch up on everything at once. We want to be superhumans.
Exactly. I have a friend who spends her entire Saturday doing deep cleaning. Do you know that term?
Oh, I hate deep cleaning. That's when you don't just clean the floor. You clean under the sofa, you wash the windows, you scrub the inside of the oven. It takes all day.
It does. And she always asks me, Claire, did you do your errands this weekend?
Errands. That's another word our listeners should know. Errands are short trips you take to get things done. Going to the post office, going to the bank, picking up dry cleaning.
I feel like my whole life is just one big errand sometimes. But here's the thing, Daniel. If I spend all Saturday doing chores and errands, I feel tired. But if I don't do them, I feel guilty.
That is the productivity trap. You feel as if you aren't working, you are wasting time. But listeners, listen to me. Resting is not wasting time. Being a couch potato is a form of self-care.
You are so good at defending laziness, Daniel. It's truly a talent.
I call it efficiency management. But honestly, Claire, when you were on the floor with your pasta rug, did you finally give up on the chores?
I did. I decided to let loose.
Ooh, let loose. I love that idiom.
Me too. To let loose means to stop worrying about rules or responsibilities and just have fun. It's like opening a cage and letting a bird fly out. I was the bird, and the cage was my messy kitchen.
A very stressed bird. So where did you go to let loose?
Well, I decided I needed to make a good impression on myself. I took a shower, put on my favorite dress, and decided to meet my sister at the mall.
Wait, you went to the mall on a Saturday? Claire, that sounds like the opposite of letting loose. That sounds like a nightmare.
I know, but I needed to get out of the house. Sometimes when you have a weekend disaster, the walls of your house start to feel like they are closing in on you.
I understand that. We call that cabin fever.
Cabin fever, yes. Listeners, if you stay inside for too long and you start to feel bored, frustrated, and a little bit crazy, you have cabin fever.
I get cabin fever after about 2 hours of cleaning. So you headed to the mall to cure your cabin fever. Did it work?
It did, but only after I survived the parking lot. But before I tell you about the mall, I want to ask our listeners a question. Listeners, do you have a chore day? Do you do all your cleaning on Saturday, or do you do a little bit every day? Tell us your chore strategy in the comments.
And tell us, what is the one chore you absolutely hate? For me, it's folding laundry. I would rather fight a dragon than fold a fitted sheet.
A fitted sheet. Those are impossible. I'm convinced they aren't meant to be folded. They are meant to be balled up and hidden in the closet.
Exactly. See, we are learning so much today. We've got chores, errands, letting loose, and cabin fever.
It's a lot, but we are just getting started. Daniel, let's talk about what happens when we actually leave the house. Let's talk about the world of going out.
Okay, Daniel, so we left off with me escaping my house because of the pasta rug disaster. I had cabin fever and I needed to see people, so I decided to hit the mall.
There it is again, that word hit. I love it. Listeners, remember, if Claire says she's going to hit the mall, she isn't going to go there and start punching the walls. It just means to go to. It's very common in casual conversation. Claire, why the mall? Isn't it always too crowded on a Saturday?
It was absolutely packed. I spent 20 minutes just looking for a parking spot. I was almost ready to give up and go home, but then I saw a space right near the entrance. It felt like a miracle.
A Saturday parking spot near the entrance? That really is a miracle. So did you go there to buy something specific, or were you just window shopping?
Definitely window shopping. You know, I love that expression because it's so literal. You are looking through the glass windows of the shops, but you aren't actually going inside to spend money. It's a great way to let loose without going broke.
I agree. My favorite part of window shopping isn't even the clothes or the gadgets, it's the people watching.
Oh, me too. People watching is such a fun hobby. You just sit on a bench with a coffee and watch people go by. You wonder where they are going, why they look happy, or why that kid is crying over an ice cream cone.
Exactly. The mall is like a theater and everyone is an actor. But Claire, after all that walking and people watching, I bet you were hungry.
I was starving. So I called my sister and I used that phrase we mentioned earlier. I said, "Hey, do you want to grab a bite?"
And let's remind everyone, to grab a bite is very informal. You wouldn't say this to your boss if you were going to a fancy business lunch. You'd say it to a friend or a family member. It implies that the meal will be quick and easy.
Right. We found this cute little Italian place. Yes, more Italian food. I clearly didn't learn my lesson from the pasta rug. And we spent 2 hours just catching up.
You know, that's the real reason we go out, isn't it? It's not about the food or the shopping. It's about the social battery.
The social battery. I love that. Listeners, think of yourself like a mobile phone. When you spend too much time alone, or maybe too much time working, your social battery gets low. You need to spend time with friends to recharge your battery.
That's a very good point. We are all different. Listeners, what about you? Are you an extrovert like me, who feels better after hitting the town and seeing people? Or are you an introvert like Daniel, who needs a quiet night at home to feel 100%? Tell us in the comments. Type Team Claire or Team Daniel. We want to see who wins this battle.
I have a feeling Team Daniel might be very popular. There is something so nice about a quiet weekend. But Daniel, even for introverts, you still have to talk to people sometimes. And that can be the hardest part for English learners, the invitation.
You are so right. Asking someone to do something is like a mini test of your English skills.
It is. So let's spend some time in our next section really breaking down how to ask someone to hang out. No more being nervous. We're going to give you the exact words. Okay, Daniel, let's imagine we are friends. Well, we are friends, but let's imagine we are planning our weekend. I'm ready. I'll try to be a difficult person to invite. Oh, that won't be hard for you. Okay, let's start with a very common, casual way to ask. Listeners, listen to the phrases I use. Hey, Daniel, what are you up to this Saturday?
Stop right there. Claire, that's a great phrase. What are you up to? It just means, what are you doing? Or what are your plans? It's very natural.
Exactly. It's much better than saying, what is your schedule for Saturday? So Daniel, what are you up to?
Not much, Claire. I was thinking of just taking it easy. Why? What's on your mind?
What's on your mind is another way of saying, why are you asking? Or do you have a suggestion? So I'll respond with, well, I was wondering if you'd like to check out that new museum downtown.
Check out. Listeners, to check out something means to go see it or try it. You can check out a new restaurant, a new movie, or a new park.
The museum? I'd love to, but I think I'm actually tied up on Saturday afternoon. Tied up? That doesn't mean someone put a rope around Daniel. It just means he is busy. He has other things to do. Oh, that's a shame. Well, how about Sunday morning instead? Sunday morning could work. What time were you thinking? Maybe around 11. We could grab a coffee first and then head over. That sounds like a plan. Let's pencil it in. Pencil it in. I love that one. It means let's make a tentative plan. Because you use a pencil, you can erase it if things change. It's not written in ink yet. Exactly. Now, Claire, what if I really can't go? How do I say no without being a bad friend? That is so important. In English, we often use a phrase called taking a rain check. A rain check. That's a classic. It comes from baseball games. If it rained, they gave you a check so you could come back another day for free. I didn't know that. So if Daniel says, can I take a rain check? He is saying, I can't go this time, but please invite me again in the future. It's very polite. It makes the other person feel good, even though you said no. Let's try one more role play, but this time, let's be very casual. Yo, Daniel, you up for a movie tonight? I wish I could, Claire, but I'm wiped out. Work was crazy today. Wiped out. Listeners, that means he is extremely tired. His energy is at 0. No worries. Another time then. Get some rest. Thanks, Claire. Catch you later. See, that was so easy. Notice how we use short phrases like no worries or another time. You don't need long, perfect sentences to be a great English speaker. You just need the right vibe.
Well, Daniel, we've talked about the weekend disaster on Saturday, hitting the mall, and making plans. But now we have to talk about the saddest part of the weekend.
Oh no, don't say it. Are we talking about Sunday evening?
We are. We're talking about the Sunday scaries.
The Sunday scaries. For our listeners, this is that feeling of anxiety or sadness you get on Sunday night when you realize that tomorrow is Monday and you have to go back to work or school.
I get them every week. Even though I love my job and I love making these videos for you guys, there is something about Sunday night that feels heavy.
I think it's because the freedom of the weekend is ending. But you know what I do to fight the Sunday scaries? I make a Sunday night ritual.
A ritual? Like a ceremony?
Sort of. I make a big pot of tea, I put away my phone, and I watch a movie that I've seen 100 times. Something easy, something that doesn't make my brain work too hard.
That sounds lovely. I usually spend my Sunday night prepping for the week.
Prepping. That's short for preparing, right?
Exactly. I might do some meal prep, which is when you cook your lunches for the whole week in advance, or I'll look at my calendar and plan my meetings. It makes me feel like I'm in control again.
See? You're back to being productive, Claire.
I can't help it. Once a plan maker, always a plan maker. But honestly, looking back at my pasta-covered rug and my mismatched socks at the mall, I'm glad it happened.
Why? Because it gave us a great podcast episode?
Exactly. And because it reminded me that it's okay to be a sad potato sometimes. Life isn't perfect, and your English doesn't have to be perfect either.
That is the best lesson of the day. Listeners, if you take one thing from this hour-long talk, let it be that. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to oversleep. It's okay to say the wrong word. The only way to get better is to keep going.
I couldn't agree more. Before we say goodbye, let's do one final lightning-fast recap of our favorite words today. Daniel, you go first.
Okay. Oversleep, accidentally sleeping late. And sleep in, choosing to sleep late. Couch potato, a lazy person. And chores, boring housework.
In over your head, too much to handle. And let loose, to have fun and forget worries. Cabin fever, feeling crazy from staying inside.
Hit the place, go to a place. And window shopping, looking but not buying. People watching, observing others for fun.
Grab a bite, quick meal, and catch up on getting updated. What are you up to? What are your plans?
Tied up, busy, and take a rain check. Postpone a plan. Wiped out, very tired. And Sunday scaries, Sunday night anxiety.
Wow, what an amazing list. You guys have learned so much today. If you enjoyed this journey through the weekend with us, please give us a like and subscribe to Learn English with Claire. It really helps us more than you know.
And remember to leave a comment. Tell us your plans for next weekend. Are you going to hit the town or take it easy?
We can't wait to read them. Thank you for spending your time with us. Keep practicing, keep laughing at your mistakes, and stay wonderful.
See you in the next episode, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.